Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 7.
It is 7 o'clock and we are live right now on Roku, Apple TV, and the Amazon Fire Stick. A lot of you are waking up this morning to the sounds of chainsaws and possibly you fell asleep, I should say, to the sounds of generators running. People all around Connecticut are waking up to another day of the cleanup, and this is, of course, in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Isaias. About 621,000 homes and businesses are still without power at this time. We've literally been checking this number by the minute. And we have the latest map from Eversource where outages have remained widespread. And as you can imagine, this is a frustrating situation for so many throughout the state. Utility companies are warning people that this could be the case for a few days. Now, the governor declared a state of emergency, which means we could soon receive help from the National Guard and even some federal money for cleanup. Along the shoreline, local police departments are escorting Eversource crews through some of the hardest hit areas so they can restore power as quickly as possible. At this hour, roughly 75% of homeowners in Madison are still in the dark. And it's a similar situation in many other areas of our state where people are just trying to get a hold of this cleanup. You're taking a look at some of the damage that's also seen in West Hartford and in Waterbury. Look at those uprooted trees. This morning, a Hampton police officer is recovering after being hurt during the storm. We know that the officer was in a cruiser on Tuesday night right on Whitney Avenue when he was hit by another vehicle. Now, during the investigation into that crash, 3 other officers were almost struck by a separate car. That driver, 32-year-old Luis Rios, is accused of driving drunk and is now facing charges. This morning, we now know the name of the man from Naugatuck who died after a tree fell on him during the storm. 66-year-old Raymond Schultz was killed while trying to move branches out of the road right on Andrew Mountain Street near Red Maple Court on Tuesday afternoon. He was one of at least 6 deaths that were caused by Isaias across the East Coast. The governor, like many of you, says that he's frustrated with Eversource and United Illuminating's response to the storm. And this morning, he's calling for an investigation to find out if those companies were prepared.
I don't want any excuses, and we're going to do some assessment. We'll have to figure things out over the next few days. To be blunt, I don't see much progress made for all the investments we made in terms of hardening, strengthening, and modernizing our grid.
I respectfully disagree. We have a sufficient amount of internal crews and contractors to manage our day-to-day business and your everyday, storms.
We have reached out to the CEO of Eversource, and we're still waiting to hear back from him. For more information on the power outages and the aftermath of Isaias, head over to our Channel 3 app. And there you can also stream us live for the latest developments. And this is especially helpful if you are one of those who have lost power. Now for the latest on that forecast, we'll send it over to Scott.
Hey, let's start off with something really cool, all right? I want to show you something cool. Yeah. It's this map. It's cooler. Yeah, 8 degrees cooler at Bradley than it was 24 hours ago, 10 degrees cooler in Willimantic, 9 degrees cooler in Chester. The temperatures are down, and that is good news for those of you without power and without the air conditioning. It's actually a delightful start out there with numbers in the upper 50s and low 60s. The storm threat today is negligible, which is excellent news, so we don't have to worry about any severe weather during the day today. Our Channel 3 early warning radar scanning the state dry. Look at the numbers, 58 in Washington, 62 in Berlin, 66 in Willington and West Haven. Those are some pretty good numbers for August 6th, I got to be honest with you. And the dew point, 57-degree dew point in Washington, woohoo, we'll take it. Beautiful skyline shot there in Torrington. Isn't that gorgeous? And we'll take you to Hartford right now. We've got mostly sunny skies, and it's just a really nice start out there. Here are some more temperatures across the state. We did have 59 for you in Salisbury just a couple of moments ago. Now we're up to 61. But again, the temperature is 63, typical overnight low. We're actually a little bit below that. Willimantic at 60, and there are some mid to upper 50s. Cynthia and Falls Village got down to 55 this morning. How delightful, right? And the dew points are in the mid to upper 50s as well, so we're not expecting a high humidity during the day today. But those temperatures are going to take off, and we're going to be in the mid 80s by 3 o'clock this afternoon with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. For the shoreline, just a couple of degrees cooler. We'll be in the low 80s, 82, 83 with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Should be a pretty good day all in all. Quiet during the day today. The temperatures will top out in the mid 80s. Sun was up at 5:50, sets at 8:02. Important. So the sky will probably stay fairly well lit until about 8:15, 8:20, and that's when things are going to start to get dark around here for all of those of you planning without power. 8:02 is the sunset. All right, showers and a thunderstorm threat during the day tomorrow, particularly tomorrow morning through the early afternoon. Here's our satellite and radar. Got some lightning and thunder down to the south, moving through New Jersey, but high pressure should keep that to our south during the day today. I'm going to keep a close eye on it, though, for you. We might see a sprinkle along the shoreline later this afternoon, but we should stay high and dry. Here's early warning futurecast. Tomorrow's weather today. It shows those showers rumbling through to the south of Connecticut. And then as we move through the day today, we're talking about partly to mostly sunny skies. Now tonight, a little bit of an increase in cloudiness, and by tomorrow morning, we've got a frontal boundary to our south, and along that frontal boundary, an area of low pressure is going to form. And that'll touch off some scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning through the early afternoon, but you'll notice it clears by late afternoon, and then we get back to the nicer weather for Friday evening. Now pick it up at 7 p.m. Friday. This looks good into early Saturday morning, looking good. And then Saturday during the day, we're running it down for you. There's some rain to the west of Connecticut and to the south of Connecticut, but we're hoping to stay dry here in our state, but we can't rule out the possibility of a passing scattered shower or a thunderstorm as we move through the day on Saturday. All right, once again, daytime highs today in the mid-80s, partly to mostly sunny. And then your overnight lows tonight. Another comfortable night for sleeping without that air conditioning. 59 in Salisbury, 60 in Torrington, 64 at Brainerd, 66 in New Haven, and 67 in Bridgeport. And then your 7-day forecast includes that shower and thunderstorm threat, especially tomorrow morning through the early afternoon. Saturday, just a chance for a spot shower or thunderstorm. And then Sunday looks dry and kind of hot, 89 degrees. And then it does get hot with the potential for a heat wave Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Chance for scattered shower and thunderstorm activity Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, that's a check of your early warning forecast. I'll send it back to you, Nicole.
All right, thanks, Scott. We're turning now to breaking news we've been following for you from overnight in New Haven, where crews are investigating after a fire took place right on Eastern Street. New Haven Fire tweeted out this photo where you can see the firefighters on top of the roof there and some heavy damage to the second floor of that home. No word yet on what caused the fire. And now this morning, people are being told not to swim or go fishing in the Connecticut River just north of Middletown until at least tomorrow. DEEP says hundreds of thousands of gallons of untreated stormwater and sewage was released into the Chicopee River in Springfield, which feeds into the Connecticut River. Thankfully, both issues are fixed. And we're turning to the latest now on the numbers on the coronavirus here in Connecticut. For the second day in a row, there were no new COVID-19 associated deaths in the state. This also marked the sixth day in the past month that no new deaths were reported by the governor. More than 11,000 tests were performed, and the positivity rate is falling just under 1% this morning. Hospitalizations are also down by 1. Thank you so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get any news, weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app, and we'll continue to monitor those power outages for you. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.